that cover. Reading time with Mr. Perry, the fun will never end, it's reading time. Okay, we're gonna try something new. I've been practicing a little bit of magic, so I'm just gonna put my ukulele there. Okay, I have my cards, and the book is in my hands now. And we have Pete the Cat Goes Camping. Alright, boys and girls, so we have our book, Pete the Cat Goes Camping by James Dean. Pete is excited to go camping. This is his first time. Don't forget your sleeping bag, says Dad. Or your hiking boots, Mom says. The campsite is deep in the woods. Mom and Dad set up the tent. Pete and Bob help collect sticks so they can make a fire later. Pete and Bob go for a hike. Bob shows Pete the footprints of different animals. Do you think we will see anything cool? Asks Pete. Maybe, says Bob. So it looks like they found the footprints of a rabbit, bunny. Pete and his dad go fishing. They must be very quiet and very still to catch a fish. I think that's because they could probably hear them. Fishing takes a long time, and they finally catch some fish. Hooray! Mom builds a fire. She cooks the fish for dinner. It tastes yummy. Next, Pete toasts marshmallows. Pete makes s'mores with chocolate and graham crackers. Ooh, sounds good right now. It starts to get dark out. Bob tells Pete a story about a scary, hairy giant. The giant lives in the woods. His name is Bigfoot. Oh, you guys probably guessed it. Probably guessed Bigfoot. Do you think Bigfoot lives here? Asks Pete. No one has ever seen Bigfoot, says Bob. Don't let Bob scare you, says Dad. Bigfoot is not real, Mom says. Pete sighs with relief. But if he is real, I bet he's friendly, says Dad, and likes s'mores too. That's not scary, thinks Pete. Maybe he wants a s'more. Pete leaves one for his hairy friend. Oh, okay, so he leaves a s'more out on the table. Soon it's time for bed. Lights out, boys, Dad says. Bob and Pete share a tent. Pete gets into his sleeping bag. It is cozy, but he cannot sleep. The woods seem extra dark, and all the sounds seem extra loud at night. Pete hears a weird swooshing sound. What is that? He asks Bob. That's just the wind, says Bob. Okay, just the wind. Pete hears an odd chirping noise. What is that? He asks out loud. Those are just the crickets. Pete hears a strange hooting sound. What is that? He wonders. That's just an owl. Pete thinks of his friend Owl. Pete hears a loud snapping sound. Crack! What is that? He wonders, but Bob is already fast asleep. Pete listens carefully. Crack! Is it Bigfoot? Pete peeks outside. It is too dark to see anything. When Pete wakes up, he checks the spot where he left the s'mores for Bigfoot. The s'more is gone. Ooh. And there's a letter. That says, thanks, brother. Oh, thanks for the treat. XOXO and then a footprint. Let's see if it says on the next page. Oh, yes, it does. There is a note. It says, thanks for the treat. XOXO. Pete shows his family. Wow, I knew Bigfoot was real, says Bob. I don't know, I think Pete thought that, not Bob. Pete knows Bigfoot is not scary. Just because he looks different does not mean he is scary. He even likes s'mores too. Alright. And that's the end of our book. Alright, boys and girls, so we just finished our book, Pete the Cat Goes Camping. And I want to know personally, have you ever been camping before? And if you have been camping before, tell me a story about it. And if you haven't been camping before, tell me where you would want to camp. Camp in the mountains or camp by the beach or the coast. And if you do choose one or the other. Tell me what you would bring to camp. Alright, boys and girls, make sure you start with a capital letter. There's spaces in between your words, and at the end, there is a period. And I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic camping type of day at home. Whoosh.